So Gil, why do you train?
6 months ago, there was a big change in my life. As I stepped on stage in Culver City, I made a decision. I decided I would compete in a bodybuilding show for the last time. And I wanted it to be here in Venice, California, a landmark when it comes to health and fitness. As I prepared for my final competition, I met the most amazing people along the way. Here's where my journey begins.
Just too small and no one seems to mind at all. I know what came first, this crazy dream of this endless thirst, this hunger for the world is calling me to go and blindly. There's no lead on this dusty road, all the signs face the other way, but my feet know what they're bound.
It's really like a wonderful thing. I mean, you don't need to train too much. Just a little bit, you will get you like great results. You know, if you can't give an hour a day, even if you work half hour, I guarantee you'll get results.
Yes.
You can be happier. Also, there's a new research that training helps treat depression.
Yes, it does.
When you're training, you are a happier person, you know. So a lot of people,
because you feel better.
Exactly, exactly. A lot of people come to me and they say, Gil, you're so positive all the time. How is it possible? I say, well, you know, I think it's because I'm training.
In your brain are being
I'm training and it makes me happy, you know.
Absolutely, man. That's
Some days I feel I'm too far back, running around in circles, picking up a cloudy path.
We have a very special guest on today. His name is Guile Branco. Guile Branco. That's a G-I-L Branco. In the house, all the way from Brazil. Yes, I said it, Brazil. He's doing it all the way from Brazil to Hollywood. And it's just an honor and a pleasure to do this very exclusive interview with him on today.
And since weight training has been such an important part of my life, I decided to make a film about it. And not only I want to find some very exceptional individuals who have some amazing stories with weight training, but I want to share a little bit of my own personal experience with bodybuilding, which has been nothing short of fantastic.
Maybe I'm the last one to ask. I can make it all seem right. If the question is whether you should stay or let go, maybe life's a long, lonesome road where we struggle to get by one by one. For you more than these few lines of advice. It's a fact of life. Ashes don't burn. Love cannot be earned. And now the tables turn. You live and you learn as you go. You're making it right in the end. And many hours left till dawn, and her image still is stuck inside your mind. I can offer you more than these few lines of advice. Hey, it's a fact of life. Ashes don't burn. Yeah. Love cannot be earned. Now the tables turn. You live and you learn as you go. You're making it right in the end. Ashes won't burn. No, no. And still it won't burn. Any way you turn, you can't bring back yesterday. Just shake it up. Now's the time to make up your mind, 'cause you're still lost in your memories. Your life is far from over. Can't you see? Ashes don't burn. Yeah. Love cannot be earned. Now the tables turn. You live and you learn as you go. You're making it right in the end.
Guile Branco.
Ashes won't burn. No, no. And still it won't burn.
When I started training, I had copies of all those iconic photographs of Arnold and Franco training in Venice, but while for most of my peers, those were the only ones they knew from the so-called golden era of bodybuilding, I knew Reg Park.
Well, he probably had, in terms of competitive bodybuilding, on a highly competitive level, the longest career of any bodybuilder. His first contest was actually in 1945, and he had no formal training in 1945, and his goal was to eventually become a professional soccer or football player, as you call it, but he injured his knee, so he started doing some rehabilitation work, which is his first inkling of weight training. But he was always fascinated by good physiques. He went to watch the very first Mr. Universe contest, which was in 1949, and he sat in the audience and he said to the people who were around him, "I'm going to win that contest one day," with very, very little training. By the way, that contest was won by John Grimmick, the late John Grimmick, and second was Steve Reeves. And he started training at home, and in the winter he would train in 3 sweatsuits and 3 pairs of socks and 3 pairs of military boots, because it was so cold. No electricity, no carpets, no mirrors, no rubber flooring like we have today, no sophisticated equipment. All they had was some adjustable dumbbells and sacks on the floor. He used to do pullovers and French presses on the floor. He ended up winning the Mr. Northeast Britain and the Mr. Britain in 1949. In 1950 he competed against Steve Reeves. He came second to Steve Reeves, and Reeves beat him by half a point. Reeves, of course, had come second a year before. Grimmick retired. This was Reeves's last contest. After that, Reg was determined to win the universe, and he came back in 1951 and he won it hands down. It was no contest. He was the first British guy to break that American dominance of the sport. So he really blew the others away, because what he did was he combined this, not just muscularity, but this rugged physique with size. He was the first one to really have the mass. It was more the norm in those days for the guys to do sort of higher repetitions with lighter weights, but he would do higher repetitions with heavier weights. And in bodybuilding circles, Reg was known as the legend. And there's two reasons why. One is because obviously he reached legendary status. I don't think you'd find a world champion, boxing, cycling, whatever, who would win a world title, come back 7 years later, win again, come back 7 years later, win again, come back 5 years later in your 40s against an unlevel playing field and still place in the top 3. It's unheard of. To me, that should go down in the Guinness Book of Records. Another reason why he's called a legend is because when he first met my mom, she was a former professional ballerina, and she thought she'd watched him do his exhibitions. It was kind of boring. They'd just go on stage and pose. Bodybuilders never used to pose to music. So she said, why don't you pose to music? And so together, with her influence, they choreographed a posing routine, and they chose a classical piece of music called The Legend of the Glass Mountain. Hence he became known as the Legend.
So they are all success stories, but the lessons of bodybuilding can be applied to anybody.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Konovalov. At the age of 20, back in 1983, so this way you guys start doing the math, figure out how old I really am. Because otherwise I was going to tell you I'm only 21, but I'm not. When I was 20, I broke my back from a motocross accident. I looped it over a double jump. Basically what I did is I came off of a jump and was sailing through the air with the bike. The bike was falling back at me as it was sailing through the air, and I had to push the bike away from me thinking that was the best thing. And I landed flat-footed from way up high, and the impact shattered my 12th thoracic vertebrae, which instantly paralyzed me, injured my spinal cord and paralyzed me. So here I am at the age of 20, laying up in a hospital. Doctors told me that you're paralyzed, you're going to be paralyzed for the rest of your life. And of course I was utterly destroyed. I was in just complete amazement this actually happened to me, because it always happens to somebody else. It never happens to you, but it happened to me. So none of us are invincible. We're all capable of hurting ourselves. So anyways, I hurt myself, and a couple years later, I decided to go back to school, college, and a friend in college introduced me to weight training. First day I went, I instantly fell in love with it, because for those 2 hours I was in the gym, I wasn't thinking about, oh, poor Vic, how pathetic I am. I was thinking, oh, Vic, what can you do to build yourself up? For me personally, the reason why I felt it was important for me to train as hard as I do is because it gave me, after breaking my back, I lost my self-esteem, I lost my confidence, I lost my identity. I didn't know who I was anymore. Because before I broke my back, I knew who I was in a sense. I was Victor Konovalov, the soccer player. It was Victor Konovalov, the athlete. It was Victor Konovalov who had these aspirations and these goals that I was going for. And it took a little while for me to kind of figure out, what is it that I wanted to do with my life. And it wasn't until I started working out, I discovered, I said, nothing changed. I'm still Victor Konovalov, the athlete. I realized I still loved athletics. Now it was just different. I wasn't playing soccer anymore. I wasn't riding motocross. Now I was bodybuilding.
Eu nunca vi seu rosto alcançar amanhã, mas percebi que o céu aproxima nós dois.
So one day led into 1 week, which led into a month, which led into a year's worth of doing this, and before you knew it, 5 years had gone by, and I changed my physique dramatically.
Cantei pra mim o que só você vai saber, bem antes que chegue no fim. e tudo desaparecer.
This is absolutely amazing. Here's my first shot at the Nationals, and I won. And so, of course, trained my butt off for the subsequent years because I competed again in the Nationals for the second time, the third time. So I won it 96, 97, and 98. After I won it in 98, I was told by Ben Weider that you would be actually considered as the first big pro, IFBB pro wheelchair bodybuilder in the world. So I had that honor and that distinction of becoming an IFBB pro.
Mas escrevi.
Won the 2004 Nationals, so I was number 4. Won the 2007 Nationals, which was my 5th national title. It is such a great honor and experience to kind of go through that. And besides that, knowing that indirectly, in many ways, you touch other people's lives. They kind of see what you go through, they see the efforts that you go through, and they think to themselves, my God, look what this guy puts himself through, look at the training that he has to go through and the preparation and so forth, and look at his circumstances. And if this guy can do this, then what's my excuse for not being healthy or not attempting to be as healthy as possible? And I can't even tell you how heartwarming that is to have a stranger come up to you and tell you that you've impacted their life in a positive way. That almost means more to me than a trophy, you know? There isn't any amount of money in the world that can replace your health. And the only person, or the only way you're going to acquire that wellness, that health, is by putting in effort, and you're going to have to do it because nobody's going to do it for you.
Hey, I'm Alex Henning. We're live here in Hollywood. Ooh, this is Almost Live with Gary Garver.
Anyways, let's bring up Guile Branco. Yeah, what's up?
How you doing? I'm good. Hey.
Hello.
Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
To meet you.
So what's going on?
You tell me, man.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I am really worried because America is very unfit.
Okay.
Yes, very unfit.
Why? Now you brought this shit. Now what the hell is
Okay,
this now?
this is great. Okay, this is
You
great
gonna tie
because
somebody up here tonight?
this is called.
Tying.
Okay, so you can work several muscles here.
Okay.
This is the simplest one that everybody knows. You can work your bicep right here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's very simple.
I tried to work out a little
Very
bit
good.
before I got here, just didn't have time. So
Yeah.
this is nice.
Okay,
There you
now
go.
just for the sake of showing, we can work the shoulders as well. You bring it up to the ears, and then you bring it up, and you bring it up, and you work your deltoids.
Popping out everywhere.
That's
Oh.
okay.
Yes,
That's good.
you can bring it back and work.
Yeah,
your
show her,
biceps like that.
Gil.
Yes, yes.
Show her,
Yes.
show her up close and personal.
Okay, I'm having a problem here. Yes, okay.
There you go,
work your
Alex.
triceps. That's good.
There you go, Alex.
You got it.
Nice abs, Alex. Those are real, aren't they, Alex?
Are what real? My boobs?
Yeah.
My boobs are real, yeah.
Are they?
No, I'm saying you could see like it like
The
working.
muscle working
Yeah.
to show you guys a little bit of what bodybuilding
And
is
this is
about.
the end of the show, thank God.
Yeah, yeah.
Your socks are clean.
Okay, it's clean, and I'm actually wearing a Speedo, so you don't.
Yeah!
There you go, there you girls go.
Guys, you
There you
guys don't
go.
have to
Hey,
worry about it.
you know what? Let's work out with James. I think
Oh
you
my
and
God.
James. You and James.
It's
James,
actually-
hold on. Let's get. I think, hold on. Let's get James over there. Help James. Let's get James. All right, James.
Okay, so we have to
Get
take
over.
it together. We have
James,
to...
take off your shirt.
Okay, okay. Now let me show it to you. Yeah, okay. This is called front biceps. You go here like this,
All right, James, come on.
and here like this. Yes, and this is a side chest, right here. You see the chest pops out.
Well, you guys gotta get over here. Get over. I want you guys over. Hey, Gil,
I
Gil,
go
go
there, I go there.
James, get over there. Oh my God. This is disgusting.
Okay,
All right,
so
go
there we go.
ahead.
Okay,
There you go.
the first one. Okay,
Let's do it.
front biceps. Okay, so you're gonna go like this. Yes, you got it. Front
There you
biceps.
go.
There you go. There you go. Okay, now, okay, the last spread, like this. Okay, and bring it here. Last spread. Very good.
Hell yeah!
And side chest.
That's like the tiniest weight.
Okay, side chest. Okay, now let's do a back. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, Arnold!
Yeah.
Yeah!
Got it.
Não é que eu quis fugir, nem sempre é melhor se ver. Outros corpos vão passar para nossa voz ouvir e aprender o caminho do abrigo e aprender o caminho do abrigo. Torça por mim, pois farei assim por você. Torça por mim, pois farei assim por
I am Scott Mendelson. I am the world's strongest bench presser. I started lifting when I was about 13 years old. You know, my father was a football player. My grandfather was a boxer. You know, I've always been around athletics and things like that. About 13, I started lifting, and I noticed that I was stronger than everybody else. And you know, my whole life, my goal was to be the world's strongest man. I mean, growing up, I collected comics, and you know, I had Hulk magazines, and looking at Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you know, that always fascinated me. To have that much weight in your hand it's mind-blowing. I feel my bones flex. You know, a lot of people get muscle soreness. I don't get muscle soreness. I get bone soreness, you know. I mean, when I'm coming down and I have that much weight in my hand, and it's just so much pressure right here, and you know, in my whole body, and it feels like my body's gonna break in half, but it doesn't. I won't let it. I'm the only man to ever hold the heaviest raw bench and equip bench. Equipment is a bench shirt that's a competitive piece of gear that lifters wear. And I continue onward, and I want to break the 1,200 pound barrier. My last official world record was 1,008 pounds. I did that, and I'm well above 1,100 right now. I got in a near-death car accident and I lost my ankle. My right leg's about 2.5 inches shorter than my left leg, and you know, it's constant pain all day long, and it's changed my life. But you know what, I'm a floater, I'm not a sinker. Fortunately for me, you know, God granted it to me to where, hey, you gotta lose something, lose the ankle, you can still bench press. So that's what I'm doing, bench pressing. Well, you know, there are two kinds of people out there. Those people that get an injury and it's like, oh, hey, you know, feel bad for me, and you know, look at my injury, I can't. And I hate those people, they make me sick. You know, because you can. Doesn't matter how much pain you're in, do it. Get up, get off your butt and do it. I can do it, you can do it. You know, I refuse to stop. Focus and concentration in lifting is everything. You know, part of it's physical, but the mental capacity, you know, when I lift, it's already done. I just need to go out there and do it. If it were that easy, there'd be a lot of world champions. I have a really great team that I train. A group of guys that, you know, are hungry. You know, I have a 72-year-old guy, Carlos Laguna, who I love dearly. He has 2 world records and he's a national champion. I trained him a little over a year, and I started training him, and I told him, look, you know, you have this talent. He's the kind of guy that's like, there's a model of what man should be like, and that's Carlos. And he's got 72 years on this planet to talk about it, you know, and he's not old. You know, you're old when you think you're old. You know, you're done when you think you're done. You know, and all you quitters out there, you make me sick. You make me sick.
What's up? How are you?
seu rosto alcançar amanhã. Mas percebi que o céu aproxima nós dois.
My name is Carlos Laguna. I'm 71 years old. I was born in Argentina. And about December of last year, I met Scott Mendelson. He is the bench pressing world champion. And so I told him in my conversation that when I was 20 years old, I was very strong. So I wish I would have done what he is doing, bench pressing. And he says, well, what's wrong with you now? Well, I'm only 70. What do you want me to do? Oh, come over to my gym. I give you a test to see if you can do it, and maybe you'll be able to do it. So I went to the gym. I went through the test, and I guess I passed. And so I started to train in January this year. And I guess I was doing okay, because in March, he told me that I was included in his team, which I was very proud. So in April, he says, in June of this year, we are going to Daytona Beach to compete at the Nationals. So I said, well, Scott, I wish you good luck. And he said, what do you mean? You are in the team. You coming too? So I went, and I set the world record, the USA record with 165 pounds. So I keep training, and I hope to beat the world record, which is 259 pounds. And the main reason that I'm doing this is just to show my grandchildren, 6 of them are in gymnastics, and I'm always telling them, don't give up, push harder, train harder. And many times I thought, yeah, he's telling that because he's sitting in the background. So right now, I can probably say, come on, do it, because I can. So I'm gonna keep on doing the rest of my life. It's amazing that through this exercise, you keep alive. You feel like you have a lot to do and many things to achieve.
E tudo desapareceu.
I'm Barbie Barbell, and I am pound for pound one of the strongest women on this planet.
Yeah, most people when they're deadlifting, they'll bounce it off the floor. In all of our training, we train each set. Each pull is separate. How much was it? That's 225. 225.
My name is Barbie Barbell, and I have won 13 world championships, and that is what I have accomplished in the powerlifting world. And one of the biggest things with winning 13 world championships is in 1 year I won 7 world championships, and I'm the youngest and the only powerlifter to ever do that, and I feel completely honored to accomplish that. And I got my pro card when I was 14. I'm 16 now, and I've competed 86 times and won 86 times. I feel like that's a big accomplishment for a 16-year-old. I like showing my true strength, and then the squat, I feel like it's my best lift. So, and getting up in a crowd and you're facing the crowd and you feel like you're on top of the world when you have, because I mean it's like the statue with the world. That's what you feel like.
Atlas, yeah, holding the whole world on your
that's what you
shoulders.
feel like. First of all, when I started training, my dad, which is my coach, always built my core strength when I was little. He never spanked me. I never got grounded or anything. I got dropped for push-ups or leg lifts. When I was 7 years old, I asked my dad if I could start lifting weights with my brother, and he said he wanted to wait a little bit till I got older and matured. So on my 8th birthday, I got a 15-pound aluminum bar, and I was so happy I started crying. So after that, when I was 9 years old, I started competing and I couldn't stop after that.
Like a flower in the desert sand, you appear in ways I cannot understand. Fell out of the blue, it bathed in that old smoke-filled room. I found love, I found my future, I found you.
Make sure your hands are even.
I was almost getting used to get kicked out.
When she was in the 2nd grade in elementary school, she went through a health screening at school, and they found out she does have scoliosis in the thoracic vertebrae. And at that point in time, the doctors told us they wanted to insert the steel rods down the vertebrae and put the bolts in her head, and that was basically a 2 to 3 year process. Did my research, and my wife and I opted not to go that route. It's very painful for the child and very restricting, and there's no guarantee that it would absolutely cure the scoliosis. So we decided at that point in time that we would continue with our exercise that we were doing already. Amanda was under my supervision from the very start and has always been under there. She's been at this extreme sport since she was 8 years old, and she's never had a major injury. Never. It's because we've always been there. Safety comes first. And I recommend to any parent, if you're going to get your child in the weight room, that's the best place for them to build their strength and build their confidence, both physically and mentally. But it's also a place they can get hurt if you're not paying attention. You've got to be very attentive while you're in the weight room with your children.
I can't make it on my own. Please tell me you'll be here each morning on. Just when I lost everything.
In life, we're not born winners or losers. We're born choosers, and we can do anything with our life. And I plan to have a very successful powerlifting. I plan to keep on powerlifting and still be successful in that. And I'm actually going into figure this year of 2008, and I'm very excited and honored. And I hope to be very successful in figure as I am in powerlifting and earn my way into figure like I have in powerlifting.
He was a good power lifter without really focusing on being the strongest man in the world. He was the 2nd man in the world to bench press 500 pounds without the modern day lifting suits, which are very tight and make the muscles tight, so it gives you some coil, some spring when you're pushing the weight. And he did it on a rickety old wooden bench as a demonstration at a show, because in those days, not only when he would do exhibitions would he have to go and do a posing exhibition, but he'd have to do a strongman feat as well.
interrogações. Quantos mais uma vez? Tantas preocupações, incertezas, nenhum talvez. Vividas em ano, esperando alguém passar. Quanto mais desengano, mais vontade senti de encontrar você, 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 você.
I was very young when I started training. I was a very skinny kid, and at school I had lots of trouble because the bigger kids, they would just toss me around and just play with me, and I couldn't do anything because I was so skinny. I was made fun of because I was lighter than the girls in my class. So I just dreamed of training and getting stronger and being able to get back and kick their asses, and have a revenge. Well, I started training, I was 15, and as I grew stronger, they stopped harassing me. Training brought me confidence. I had a very low self-esteem as a kid, and training just reversed that. When other kids were drinking and smoking, I was lifting weights. What's up? Training today? Cardio, bro. Let's lift some weights. Get some muscles.
Training for a bodybuilding competition is hard work. But there are many reasons why I do it. Firstly, it propels me into being an artist at work with my own body, in a process that can easily be compared to carving out the details of a stone sculpture. Secondly, I do it for the thrill of it, the full focus for that one day that culminates with the eyes of hundreds, if not thousands, upon the resulting physique I was able to achieve.
I went to several bodybuilding competitions in Brazil. I competed maybe 10 times in Brazil. I moved to New York. I competed again in 2006. It was my comeback, and it was a lot of fun. I felt like yes, I can do this again, and it's fun. I was third place at the NPC Eastern USA, held in Tribeca in New York City.
Kind of shaky at first, but you straightened it out.
Yeah, it was crooked.
Okay.
It's too low.
What the hell was that?
You know where I can help stop doing anything?
Right. There you go, control the weight.
I go outside. I took it to his first one.
Don't bend your knees.
First one.
Don't bend them, don't bend them, don't bend them. Head up. When it gets hard, bring your head up. Head up, head up, head up, head up, head up, head up. Perfect, down. Good, that's it.
I can feel that.
Huh?
I can start to feel that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Maybe I'm the last one to ask.
John, I have very bad calves, man. I don't know what to do with them. I mean, no matter what I do, they just don't grow. And I mean, what would you suggest? You know.
Well, that's interesting you say that
Yeah.
because when my dad first started training, his calves were actually quite weak. That he thought he had a deformity there. And so what he decided to do was just to hit them really, really hard. And he just used to work the hell out of them. Inspired Arnold to such a degree, he was also known to have weak calves, that he made a habit when he came to the States, he cut all his sweatpants off at the knee, so he'd be conscious of his calves all the time.
Just shake it up. Now's the time to make up your mind, 'cause you're still lost in your memories. Your life is far from over. Can't you see?
Sit down, take his hands in like a diamond shape, a wedge, and you just slide the calf up and down the heel of the hands 10 times, 20 times
Between sets.
to get the heat in there, and then do another set.
I started competing. I was 17.
All right.
And I was last place, but it's okay. It gave me hunger.
Wait a minute,
It
hold
wanted
on.
me, it made me want to train harder and become better at it. You know.
Hold your thought. Let's talk about the last place, man. How did that feel to be in last place? I mean, look, because a winner never quits and a quitter never wins.
Exactly.
So you have to lose to gain.
Exactly.
And people think you're just gonna jump out the blocks and gonna win every time.
It's not true.
Nobody has done it.
Nobody. You have to go
You
through.
have to fail to succeed.
Ilusões, nem ninguém pra suportar as inquisições que insistem em trazer provocações, onde os dias são invernos e não verões, invernos e não verões. Tantas indagações. Tantas preocupações, incertezas, nenhum talvez. Vividas em ano, esperando Ficar mais de ano sem emoções. Vai, meu jovem rapaz.
I know Scott's looking to bring a level of concentration because there are so many people out there, and you just see they're out of their chairs. They're moving their necks forward. They want to see this, and they want to see this just for the beauty that exists in its execution, Shauna. So, ladies and gentlemen, with only, and that's plenty, your appreciation by your applause, get behind Scott Mendelson.
Come on, Scott, lightweight now, let's go! All day! Tight, tight, tuck, belly up, belly up, belly up, belly up, belly up, belly up, belly up. Press. Looks like he had a little bit of a handoff problem there, or he couldn't touch.
1,003 pounds. That's like 501.5 pounds in each hand. I just can't even try and envision that in my mind, you know? Just a tremendous amount of weight.
Here we go. 5th place is Paul Howe. Paul, step forward on the 5. 4th place is Guile Branco. Guile, come on over here to the red floor. That's it. Renzo, lead it, will you?
Well, success is just on the other side of the mountain of failure.
Alegria. Agora eu posso mergulhar e abraçar o vento que...
Go.
Switch.
Bodybuilding for me is a celebration of the quest and sacrifice for excellence in the human form. I see posing as a true form of art. After years of training, one should be able to visually enhance that human form by posing expertly.
Espere anoitecer e contemple o luar. Ele ainda sorri pra você. O caminho de volta.
I've been on a diet for about 6 weeks, and normally in the morning I wake up in the morning, I have a protein shake, and then it's just about 6-7 egg whites. 2 hours later, chicken. 2 hours later,
Nothing
fish.
else with the chicken, huh?
Nothing else.
Power bars, all that stuff?
Oh, no more power bars, no more. No more.
Did you feel weak or something? I mean, is it okay daily or sometimes?
I feel a little weak, yeah.
Yeah?
Pretty much. But your body gets used to it.
You still work out to eliminate those calories? Or?
Yeah, I work out a lot, yeah.
You work out a lot?
The last like 3 weeks, I try to work out as much as I can, like 6 times a week.
Do you do anything special like the day before the competition?
Just relax, sleep all day.
Okay.
Os cabelos mais lindos.
When I hit the gym, my mind travels. I miss my old friends. I miss the camaraderie. I learn to deal with that. When you make choices, you lose something in order to gain something. It's nature of life. It's just the way it is. Me and my friends train, ate and party together. I remember once we broke into the gym during a holiday when it would be closed, just for a workout. We actually did it more than once and never got caught.
Foi seu guia e reconhece todo o seu valor.
I also can't help but think about the great athletes I met in the past few months, and every one of them made a positive change in me. About making friends with the weights. The power of focus. Turning back the clock and defying the odds.
Agora eu posso mergulhar e abraçar o vento que dia da árvore foi guia, o seu guia de tantas ocasiões e reuniões.
I think it was around 1968. There was a young, he was doing a tour of exhibitions in England, and he was doing a show in London, and the promoter of the show said, "Reg, there's a young kid here who's just won Mr. Europe, teenage Mr. Europe, junior Mr. Europe, and you his idol, he wants to meet you." And so they introduced, of course it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he said to my dad, "When will you bring me to South Africa?" Because my dad made a habit of every year bringing the top current champion every year, and mostly Americans, to do an exhibition, tours of exhibitions in South Africa. And Arnold knew this, and my dad said, "If you win the Mr. Universe, I will bring you to South Africa." In 1967, I believe it was, 67, he contacted my dad and he said, I've just won Mr. Universe. My dad brought him out there, and he became part of the family. He was so focused, my dad taught him how to train his calves because he was very weak in his calf area. He said to him, "If you get your calves up and get more muscular, you'll be the best bodybuilder in the world." He had a tremendous upper body. When he first got there, get a knock on his door, 4:30, he was sleeping in my bedroom at the time, 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning. And he'd wake him up, he says, "Where are we going?" He says, "We're going to work out." And he'd say, "But Reg, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. No, this is when we work out." He says, "No, go and work out." And they'd start calf work, first standing calf 300 pounds, then 400 pounds, then 500 pounds. Eventually they'd be doing 1,000 pound standing calf raises. In 1970, he issued my dad a challenge to compete against him in the name of Mr. Universe. At that time, my dad was, I think, in his mind kind of retired from bodybuilding, really focusing on his business. My sister and I were older, he was spending more time with the family. And so they competed, and Arnold beat my dad by half a point. You know, most of them say, "I know which physique I would choose."
The Arnold Sports Festival is in its 20th anniversary, and it became the most prestigious sports event in the world. It showcased not only some of the best bodybuilders and powerlifters, but athletes of all fields, bringing hundreds of thousands of sports enthusiasts from all over the world to Columbus, Ohio. Here, amazing things happened.
How many hours are you working out every day? £700 raw.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Can we make some noise out there? Let's go, make some noise!
Yeah, get it!
700 pounds on the bar. Give them up, 700 pounds!
It doesn't matter anyway, no one cares what they say. Never wonder, never hide. I promised that I wouldn't cry. No more questions, don't ask why. No, answers clear. You'll be surprised if you can see through it.
Because of the 20th anniversary of this great event, all 12 champions from all 20 years of the Arnold Classic showed up here today. I must say, this is an incredible moment, and all of us in this room are feeling really lucky. And here's where I ask some of the folks I met here why they train, and hopefully it will all make sense.
Well, actually, I started training I mean, it's kind of normal. As a young kid, wanting to have muscles and everything like that, you want to be like the superheroes and all that. But, you know, once I got into it on a professional level, it became a means of being able to make money and stuff like that, to be able to take care of my family. But obviously, I mean, the basic reason why anybody should train, overall, just health and fitness, learn about your caloric intake, food intake and stuff like that. I mean, it's healthy. I mean, you notice a lot of people walk around here who are physically fit and they're older age, but they don't look it, you know, so I mean, it's key.
Yeah, why do you train?
Congratulations, Jennifer.
I train probably because I'm a little nuts. That's why. Because you know, it makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel healthy about myself. Vibrant. I feel like I feel younger when I train.
Well, weight training is known for being very good for your bones.
Anybody should be training. I don't care whether you're 16 or 60. You should be in the gym training for something. You know, not everybody has got what it takes to become a professional bodybuilder. But most people don't want to become a professional bodybuilder. But to keep in shape, you know, to be in the best condition you can be in for your health, your family, that type of thing, you should always be in the gym doing some kind of, you know, weight training.
Everybody should work out because it's good for your health, it makes you feel good, and you know, more confidence, you look better and feel better.
Wonderful.
And it increases longevity.
Well, I got into weight training just because, you know, I didn't want to get fat. I wanted to feel good about myself, and I wanted to just, you know, sculpt some muscle. You know, I saw some of the muscle magazines and thought, I could try it. You know, why not? I'm going to be better off where I started. And it always gave me a lot of energy, a lot of focus. Everybody wants to feel good and look good. You know, and this is the best way to do it. It's to be around health and fitness, go to the expos, meet some of your favorite bodybuilders, and really just start reading up on it. You become more knowledgeable about what you're putting in your body to get the results that you want.
If you want to live better and live longer, train. Everybody has different goals, different dreams of what they want to do and how they want to look. Of course, no one wants to look like a pro bodybuilder. If they do, great. If they don't, then that's up to them. But I say do something. As long as you're doing something, you're far ahead than 65% of the U.S. population, you know, where 65% of the U.S. right now is obese, and that's a shame, you know, and a lot of our kids are growing up the same way. They need to get an active role and get some type of fitness in their life.
Well, back when humans first came on Earth, we didn't have weights, of course, but we also didn't have grocery stores. We had to till the ground for our food and hunt for our meat, and that's what keeps your body physically fit. You know, the stress of training keeps you fit. So, you know, as a modern adult, a modern person, you need to train in order to get that same stimulation so you can stay healthy. The body is made to be you know, work made to work, made to play. And I think a lot of people, because everything's got a push button society, that's where all the health concerns are, you know, coming from. Everybody's sedentary, sitting around doing nothing, eating bad food. So I think that training and proper nutrition is what's going to keep you alive. So if you want to live, you need to train.
It's a great power to be able to change the way you look at will, and it's always fascinated me. I've been doing this for over 50 years, and the transformation is just incredible. You know, people don't realize that they create their bodies anyway in their lives, and if they would just take deliberate steps to develop the kind of body they would dream about having and love to have, it's just as easy to do that as it is to let their body go to pot and not look so good. It just takes a deliberate plan and consistency in your workout. So, you know, everybody wants to look better, feel better. So why not? It's not that difficult. It doesn't take that much time.
It's just, I think most people, it's just a matter of motivation. They can't motivate themselves.
Well, you know, when you think about what motivation is, basically motivation is the reason why you do it. And the reason people start is always the same, because they don't like the way they look. But then after they start training and they improve, they can't rely on that same motivation. They have to be motivated by their success.
Or their change.
They have to get feedback on their progress. That's the one big reason that people don't continue with it, is they're not made aware of their progress.
Yeah.
Why do you train?
I train to look good, to get better, to be stronger, and health-wise.
That's wonderful. It was a pleasure meeting you. And keep training. Are you still training? Still training hard?
Last week, 150 pound barbell.
Last week? Oh my God. That is great.
One of the most fantastic moments for me was witnessing Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Park in a very heartfelt meeting backstage. As I watch, I remember John's interview, and I can see that it is true when he said Arnold belongs to his family. I'm sure the great Reg Park, somewhere beyond this world, is smiling.
I used to go with my dad to the gym on weekends. It was a treat for me to go as a little boy on a Saturday and Sunday morning when he would do his regular workout. And in those days, this was in the early 60s, he had the gym in Johannesburg where anybody who was everybody used to work out. And certainly, you know, most of the top bodybuilders in Johannesburg, South Africa, and the strength guys used to work out there. Reg's, one of his mantras was, movement is life. When you stop moving, you die. So it's important for so many reasons, for circulation, for metabolism, for strengthening the support muscles, even for bone density. You know, as we get older, people have always used to say women must do strength training for osteoporosis. Well, it's not just women who get osteoporosis, men get osteoporosis as well. So basically, if you don't use it, you lose it. So that's why I endorse training to everybody.
I'm back in Los Angeles. The weather is a little nicer here. Now I have only about 6 weeks to train as hard as I can to prepare for my final contest. And to add some excitement to the whole thing, I convinced my friend Lindsay to compete with me in the couples division.
Hey, Gil! How are you?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, nice.
How you doing?
Let's go. Where are we going?
It's a secret.
Oh,
Let's go.
Okay.
Come on, easy. I want to see deep. That's for pussies.
Oh, come on. Wow. Go.
See?
These few lines of advice. It's a fact of life. Ashes don't burn. Love cannot be earned. Now the tables turn. You live and you learn as you go.
It's your turn now.
God.
Lower. Are you afraid?
Yep.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay, lower a little bit more. Okay. Focus, huh? Alright.
Oh my God.
Come on, Lindsay. Come on. Come on, calf power. 1, 2. Come on, 3.
I'm tired of you.
When it comes to love, no one's different. When Saturday night comes round, dress code on and the favorite cologne, give our hearts one more try. Never thought about tomorrow. I live my life day by day.
Last time I checked with Barbie Barbell, she was branching into a successful modeling career. Not only that, but she did compete at a figure contest as she promised. And she won first place. That's just another confirmation that the world's strongest teenager is really a phenomenon.
Ways I cannot understand. Fell out of the blue. It baked in that old smoke-filled room. I found love. I found my future. I found you.
Sunny days are taking over. We've outgrown this little room where everything is just too small and no one seems to mind at all. I don't know what came first, this crazy dream or this endless thirst, this hunger for the world is calling me to go in blindly.
On behalf of the City of Los Angeles, we would like to recognize 2 wonderful men and induct them into the Walk of Fame here at Muscle Beach. Franco Colombo, in recognition for your achievement within the world of bodybuilding, congratulations today on your achievement.
Okay, I want to thank everybody, and I'm so glad to see Jack LaLanne here looking younger and healthier. And I want to thank you for the beautiful presentation. Thank you. And thank you. Let me tell you a little quick story.
6 months went by real fast, so this is it. 1 week to go. Regardless of what happens, I'm gonna have a good time.
You inspire all of us. You inspire all of us. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm trying.
You know, the only important person on this earth, you know what it is? You. Who puts the food in your mouth? God. Does God exercise for you? God do the thinking? God pay the bills? It's you. From the time you're born, everything's up to you. If you die prematurely, if you get all these different diseases because you didn't exercise, you didn't eat right. And I just hope and pray that each and every one of you will start doing something for the most important person on this earth, you. God bless you. We love you.
Maybe I'm the last it all seem right. If the question is whether you should stay or let go.
Hey, Guile, what's up, brother? How you been?
What's up, man?
Good
How's
to
the
see you.
workout?
Not bad, not bad. Just,
Yeah?
Yeah, hitting a little shoulder, so.
How's it going? That's good.
Yeah. Hey, is that true? I heard that Lindsay broke her ankle?
Yeah, she was sprinting and she broke her ankle in 2 parts. I mean,
Oh my
cool.
God. So
Yeah.
she's in a cast.
She's in a cast. Yeah.
And so you guys can't do the show now together?
No show, but I'm still doing it.
Oh, that's good.
And, you know, can you help me? I need to improve my shoulders.
Love cannot be earned. Now the tables turn. You live and you learn as you go. You're making it right in the end. And many hours left till dawn. And her image still is stuck inside.
Should I go? Or you don't recommend?
I think you should go. I think you should go for a dip. I don't know.
The water here is really cold. I don't know. It's actually good here. And why is this your last competition?
Maybe I'll change my mind, and it won't be my last competition. I made it.
How are you? Who are you?
I'm Guile, man. Nice to meet you.
Guile, Jim Harrington.
How old are you?
75.
75?
Right.
Oh man, you look amazing.
Thank you.
How long have you been training?
Since 1947.
Why do you think people should be training? Look around you.
Need
right?
I say more?
Wow, 75 years old.
Yeah.
Man.
Thank you.
Close your eyes, walk away. It doesn't matter anyway. No one cares what they say. Never wonder, never hide. I promise that I wouldn't cry. No more questions, don't ask why. No, the answer's clear. You'll be surprised if you can see through other eyes. Yeah, everyone changes, but have no regrets. And everyone moves on, but we haven't finished yet. We walked away, but here we go again. Now that we're done, we might just begin.
Yes, I want everybody, this is very important. Kid King told me a long time ago, it takes more muscles to frown. Okay? Smile today. Smile today, have fun. Those folks are waiting to see you guys, okay? That's all I got. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, wait a minute, let me tell you the best part. Do it again, do it again. 62 years old. Yeah.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming.
We'd like to present you with this award
honor your father and inducting him into the Muscle Beach Hall of Fame.
Reg was passionate about exercise, more so than competing. And in fact, the night before he died, I was woken up by my mother at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he asked my mum and I to lie down on the bed and perform 5 sets of leg curls and 5 sets of leg extensions. That was his message to us, to carry on the gospel of keeping healthy, exercising, and he reached out to the world and he wanted everybody to be fit.
Number 91, all the way from Brazil, Guile Branco. Brazil is in the house.
Vivo em minha vida essa introspecção urbana junto desse meu amor. Sei que não sou mais aquele seu carinha tão bacana, mas vivendo assim estou, porque eu não quis mais ser essa previsão que é tão fácil de esquecer. Se é que vou saber onde estivemos para não me perder. Todo dia eu queria sair e andar com meu carro pela marginal, repassando a cidade para perceber que fizemos tudo muito artificial. Pelas ruas eu sigo feliz, não entendo o que entendo essa ilusão. Puros altos, a vida por um triz. Há sempre um novo problema para a solução. Vivo em minha vida essa introspecção urbana junto desse meu amor. Sei que não sou mais aquele seu carinha tão bacana, mas vivendo assim estou, porque eu não quis mais ser essa previsão que é tão fácil de esquecer.
Number 91, Guile Branco. From Brazil. From Brazil.
Quantos mais uma vez, quantas preocupações.
Nothing in the world can replicate that feeling.
You know, I believe that anything in life is possible.
In the 70s, Arnold and I used to train in Gold's gym, and then we will have breakfast, and then we will come here around noontime and train again here. And that's how we got a tan. Training, and we were actually the only bodybuilders that we didn't put coloring on the skin. And, you know, because we were all day here, and there were thousands of people watching us train, and that was a big inspiration, because when people are around, you feel stronger, and you don't feel like going home.
I should really work on my legs and maybe get a smaller speedo for next time.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't know why they don't do like the floss speedo, like the G-string. I mean, you want to see it all, right?
Yeah.
You're showing it off. I didn't see enough ass in there.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yes,
What are you having for dinner tonight?
I'm going to have a burger with fries.
Whoa! Watch out.
About 2 hours from now. I'm going to finish this one and have this one later.
What do you think? Does this look like you? I don't know.
I think I look better than that.
I need to see the backside of you to compare, I think.
Trazer provocações, onde os dias são invernos e não verões.